Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon. I come and to speak about transcendental psychology. We're very at a powerful time for all those who have chosen to elevate their consciousness. We are about to return to our sovereignty. We are to our independence, and it is an awakening that is going on step by step. It's something that will continue to happen. It is very important to trust your inner process, to trust your inner guidance, because that is really where the key lies. It's like rather than the mental ego from the outside, is to start relying on the inner self. But it is important to embrace the pain that we feel, because the pains are coming up. It is because of healing. And right now there is Neptune and Saturn that are that are retrograde, very powerful astrological makeup right now, with Mercury that will go retrograde tomorrow, and Chiron, the planet Chiron, the wounded healer, at the end of the month will go retrograde. So that we're going to give us a lot of inner strength to align with our sovereignty. Because we're already on the last lap of a marathon. We've been running a marathon and we just entered the stadium. We just got the last lap to make. So we don't want to collapse before the finish line. And then we'll be able to rest and enjoy a little bit before we start a new run, a new race. I wanted to thank you, not to forget to subscribe. I thank you very much for your likes, sharing, commenting. I thank you for your donations in the past. And if you can, it really assists me for this last lap on the field. And if you're interested about art, paintings, I have some amazing paintings that I have. You can send me an email, or if you want a private consultation, you can also send me an email. I'll give you my phone number. For we are being reborn each and every day, very slowly. It's something not too brutal. Life is something very gentle in truth, and if there is brutality in life, it's because of the ego. It's never because of the soul or because of the creator. But there is no pause in the awakening. There is no pause in the ascension. We're never off the hook. Sometimes we're given time to. It's important to have time to relax. It's important to have time to get entertained. It's important to have time to play. But there is a time for everything. But there is no pause in the ascension, and we're learning just as much when we sleep and when we rest, when we play, when we work. It's always on. The Creator is always there with us. We're really at the universal year 9 of completion. Next year is going to be a brand new beginning, but we need to complete the program right now. And it's a very powerful time, because we're going to move into the 8-8 portal, the Lion's Gate, that will be extremely powerful this year. And then we're going to move into eclipse season in September. There's going to be an eclipse in Pisces. It's going to be very powerful. But we live in the now. It's important to always return to the now, and understand we cannot carry anything of the lower frequency of the third dimension in the higher planes. And so it is important to understand we have this power over our mind. So it's because the mind is like the first hermetic principle. Is the universe is mental. It is our mind. Our thoughts do not belong to us. They come to us by resonance, and they traverse us, and so, but they don't belong to us. There is no property in thoughts. In truth, there is original thoughts. When you're the first one to write it down, you can say, well, it's yours. But what I mean is that in truth, we vibrate at a certain frequency, and there is thoughts that are floating in the Earth's space, and then people that are on the frequency receive the thought, and then some people act upon it. So it's important to know which thought you empower and which thought you release, because it's like when you find the good feeling thoughts. We want to also be master of our emotions. If you have problem with your mind, if your mind is troubling you, ask that your mind be replaced by the mind of the Christ, of Jesus, or the mind of the Buddha. The mind of the Buddha is amazing. It is void. It is serene. It is completely clear, lucid. Just so is the mind of the Christ. So those it's all interchangeable. We're learning all kinds of tools and techniques. For we only what the story that we see, the movie of the story of our life, is only a minuscule fragment of who we truly are, of the story of our soul, which reveals itself little by little. But like Shakespeare said in Macbeth, Macbeth was saying, life is a story told by an idiot that shouts upon the stage, but at the end there is nothing. Well, I don't remember the exact words, but basically, it's like the ego mind will scream and shout, but at the end there is no substance. But the soul will have a different story to tell. So, so it is very important to address our pain, to speak to our pain, to thank our pain, because that's the way to release it. The pain and the emotions will tell us what it is connected to, what created, what was the cause of it. And once we understand the cause of the pain and we understand the cause of the emotion, or if it's a negative emotion, then we can release it and we never have to deal with it again. It's an exercise we're going to need to repeat for as long as necessary. Forgiveness is not something we forgive it all and it's done. It's something that needs we'll be continuing to work with those kind of exercise to address our pain, to thank our pain, to pass beyond it and to heal it, and then we'll find healing and joy, freedom. So because there is all kinds of solar and cosmic energies that are coming, that are accelerating the awakening of our DNA, and this will continue to intensify, and there is no for it is consciousness that governs matter. The mind governs matter, so it's mind over matter, and the more and more when we become master of our mind, we'll be able to regain our sovereignty when the creation of our life we won't be subject to subconscious energies that force us to experience things that are unwanted. Although it's like we have to be patient with the process, and but we also need to have this emotional mastery, not to react emotionally to things, to have a clear mind and take a few breaths before you respond to something. So always good, and then you're more lucid and you can deal with whatever. But there will always be more to explore in the earth, on the universe, and in life. Because God is infinite, and there will never be an end to spiritual evolution. That can never be possible. God will always keep things for us to discover. The reality of God is far greater than anything anyone can suspect or even or talk about. We speak the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. But God cannot help you with that, because the whole truth, you don't know the whole truth. Only God knows the whole truth. And even if you knew the whole truth, that God would let you know the whole truth, you would never be able to speak it in any language, because the truth is beyond language. It is the one reality of the eternal Creator. I hope they never ask me to swear that, because I would never be able to be true to myself and say that I will tell the whole truth, to pretend that I know the whole truth. For in paradise there is this, it is known that only the infinite spirit knows the plan, the eternal plan of the Father and the Son. But they don't disclose it, and it's just and for everybody else, life is an act of faith. We cannot justify the totality of why we're here or who we are or whatever. It's like we can make up some stories, but only God knows God, in truth. But we trust in God, and we have to trust the plan of God for us. For the plan of God, on no matter which level, is eternal. It is immortal. It is inviolable. It is indestructible. It is perfect. So we have to trust in that. But it's since it is eternal, and being in temporality, sometimes we don't see all the ins and outs. But we have to trust that. And so it's important to have this mind contemplative, so the life can reveal itself and be to be neutral in relationship to all the unfoldment. For instance, when I look at something funny, because I'm watching politics from afar, but on my astral realm, I see a lot of the President of the United States, Donald Trump. I had a lot of connection with him before his election on the spiritual plane, but he was completely vanished for a while. But now he keeps coming up, and I send him spiritual energy. Sometimes I understand, sometimes I don't understand all his decisions, but I still send him spiritual energy. And there was this good news, if you know, there was a goat that was elected mayor in the town in Texas, and she's been re-elected. So the goat she must have done a good campaign, because they re-elected the goat as the mayor. So it's people that are just saying, we don't need politics. We can handle ourselves. We can manage our life without people telling us what to do. I think that was the message they were trying to send. So it's just a bit of humor, but I thought it was pretty funny. And So the mind has to be contemplative, but also to be actor, to be a powerful actor in the unfoldment of the plan of your inner guidance, what comes from within, what is you feel the strongest, what has the highest value and the highest sense in your life. Sense and value are very important to continue to radiate truth and to teach by example, to inspire by example as much as possible. Because if you say something but you do the opposite, it's not gonna work out. It's like I think with Schopenhauer, he was saying, "I'm going to teach you the highest philosophy, but don't expect me to live up to be the model of my own philosophy. I'm completely incapable of doing that." When you see the Christ or the Buddha, they were the example, the model of their philosophy, or the other ascended masters. So, but we don't want to judge ourselves. We're doing the best we can with what we have. Everybody is. Just we need to continue to cultivate our sense of connection and deepen our integration, our alignment. Because when we're gonna fuse with our soul and divinity, we're gonna change. God is gonna be changed, and we're gonna be changed. We're gonna be a completely new, different being. We're gonna lose a certain part of who we were, but we'll be so much more. We're gonna be a different being when this fusion is gonna happen or is happening. Make gratitude list as well, and it's a list of things that you're grateful for. It's always good because we're making to-do lists. It's important to have lists of things we need to do, but to make list of what you want to feel as well. And it's good to, if possible, to participate in collective conscious activity, to get implicated within the community, to work physically with people towards things that you can feel passionate about, or that you enjoy, and to meet people that are in the same line. I know with my project, it's going to be very wonderful. I know Spirit telling me that I'm going to have clients all around the world, and I know my mission is going to be meeting all the light workers around the world and support their project, to assist, to create so it is something very important. It's a very important project in service to the Creator and the planet and humanity. Also, another thing we don't want to forget is that our inner light, the spark of our inner light, our soul, is the same light as that shines in the stars and the galaxies. So it's the same light, and we are made of the same light that the stars are made of. The stars are conscious beings, and they all connected to all stars. They all talk to each other, but they're on a higher level, the higher planes, but they're all connected to each other. And eventually we can receive the energy of a million sun, which we're not quite ready for that yet, but it is definitely anything is possible. So as we grow, our own divinity is the minister of all the energy, because we couldn't handle the energy of a million sun, but already to continue to know yourself as a solar ray. You have this sun, this internal sun that's connected to the great central sun, that is the manifested reality of the Creator, and could reconnect. Think of God, think of this great sphere of light always. Don't be afraid to get closer and closer until you can completely merge your energy within this divine eternal light of the Creator, of the Source, no matter how you conceive to be the source. Well, my friends, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wanted to greet you and thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. And do not forget to subscribe. I'm going to pull a few cards to see before I sing a song. Well, the card of the day is happy, happy. To see that everything is perfect, everything will unfold in the perfect divine way. Because when God when it's the hour of God, things happen with so much grace, and to align with this frequency of the divine, this slow. God is faster than everybody else, but He's also slower than everybody else, and He's in between all the spaces. So. But it's also at the very center of ourselves. So our consciousness is rising all the time. The higher wisdom is to understand we are in finished symphony. We'll never be complete, but we still need to work on ourselves and to work on our inner process. What we need to understand is letting go of all the polarity and the dramas. All the dramas. What we need to do is to be the neutral observer, to be obtaining this divine neutrality, to observe the emotion and the mind. When you meditate, you breathe and you observe your thoughts, you observe your emotion, you do not judge them, you let them pass, you observe all that until you get to reach the point of a void of clarity, and the outcome is a great blessing, is a miracle, it's something so unexpected and so magical and so wonderful. Although we already we have so many we have glimpse of it. I know for me it's like God is telling me so many things. Although I know I have the central core. I know what I'm preparing for. But there's a lot of details. I'm completely unable to to know those details. And when I look into it, as the Spirit is telling me, you will see. You're gonna see it. So you'll know when it's time. So just be at peace, be happy, be grateful. Be creative, follow your heart, follow your joy, enjoy yourself, have fun. Well, I have this song that goes to my head, it went to my head this morning. It's about, because I had to separate myself for certain soul connection because I felt like I needed some peace of mind, but now I want those connection back because I know I feel very soon I'm going to have my home and I'm going to be able to receive those people in my life. So it's called Tell Me. It goes like this. I want you back again. I want your love again. I know you find it hard to reason with me, but this time it's different. Darling, you'll see. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You said we're through before you walked out on me before. I tried to tell you, but you did want to know. This time you're different and determined to go. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. I wait as the days go by. I long for the nights to go by. I hear a knock on my door, that day never comes. I hear the telephone that hasn't rung. You got to tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. For love is the most powerful force in the universe. So even romantic love should be honored. And sometimes, because I felt like I was feeling very lonely to have these people that I love, these souls that I love so much, but to know that they're with somebody else and not with me, it's like I feel like be happy, enjoy yourself, let me be free. But now I feel like it's like I miss it sometimes. So, and I have this new person, this new soul connection. It's a very passionate person. She really wants a relationship with me, but it's moving so fast and it's like she's amazing, talented, intelligent, and we'll see what happens. She's on the other side of the world, so it's like we have time to figure it out. So the card of the day is the liberation. We have wealth and liberation. So it's all coming into alignment. The higher wisdom is choice. So there is going to be choices that needs to be made, and sometimes we don't know what the right choice is. I'm going to pull another card to clear that up, because the wisdom comes in the right choice that we need to make. And when we don't know, we don't know. It's like to be like Socrates. I know that I don't know. What we need to understand is the same thing as we had that in France. What we need to understand is departure, the time of leaving. It's really traveling. It's really some big change that is ahead of us. What we need to do is knowledge, continue to integrate the knowledge that comes to you from your intuition, from the whole of life. There is always new knowledge, and the outcome will be balance and equilibrium. So everything is going to come into the proper right place. When everything has its place, everything is fine. It's when things are out of place that things are starting to do. Sometimes it's like there is drama and there is all kinds of things. Because when you find your place, you'll find that your sovereign seat, your throne in the kingdom of God, then you'll be fine. Even there is higher kingdom, there is lower kingdom. It doesn't matter. You are in your place. So that is what we seek, to be seated within our I am presence. So in terms of choices, we have consolation. We're going to need to consolate ourselves and consolate the other souls that have been suffering, that are close to us, because it's all about family. Family is very important. I don't have any family, biological family, but I have this heart and soul family that I'm very eager to be able to gather around me. There is the judgment, that is things will come naturally without having to force it. And in terms of the choice, it's about listening. For the life will always mirror us, will always guide us. So welcome your guides into your life. They're very important because they're really here to assist you in getting close, to prepare you for the fusion with your divinity. Your guides are divine beings. Your soul has been orchestrating everything, putting pressure until we finally come to our guides, and then things get a lot easier because we feel that we know we're always loved and connected within that presence and this collective presence. Well, thank you very much, my friends. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.